let's move into the strikers and wrap this thing up. I think we're doing all right on time.
Yeah.
I'll let you go first, and I'm going to break out the pen and take notes.
All right. We are absolutely going to differ on this one big time.
Yep.
I will say
put a disclaimer out there.
What?
Want to put a disclaimer out there that certain people are missing?
Yes. Disclaimer. I did not include Tati and I did not include Buxa, as I believe I read something where Buxa already made a verbal agreement to leave. I don't know with who, but I don't expect him to be here this season.
The Serie B team was dropping 10 mil for him.
That's insane.
Yeah, I know.
And I don't expect Tati to be back after this season. I think Tati's probably gone as well.
On a similar note, I did not put Buxa in, but I left Tati in because I don't know if that Palmeiras deal is getting over the line.
I will say off the bat, if Tati is here this season, he would be my number one. I would put Tati at number one.
And drop everybody one? Okay, I will keep that note in my head.
All right, so again, this list is a bit more looking into how I think they're going to do this season. All right, so I know for a fact they're going to complain with my number one. All right, at 10, at 10, I've got Unu for Minnesota. I know you've got beef with Minnesota right now, but he was good in the short period of time that he was here. I've got CJ Sapong at 9. Brian White at 8. Olo Kamara at 7.
Okay.
Chicha.
He's double.
I'm second now. I'm gonna move it. I'm gonna say Joseph at 6. I'm gonna say Chicharito at 5. And I'm thinking about moving him up one more too. But right now I have Damir Kreilach at 4. I've got Gustavo Bo at 3. I've got Rui Diaz at 2. And then at 1, I've got Christian Aranjo. Go on, get your complaints out. Go ahead. I know.
Really, outside of that last one, I don't have complaints. Outside, so I do have complaints, but not nearly as many as I thought I would. So, honorable mentions: Zardes and Aranjo. I put Kamala on there as a joke, but Zardes and Aranjo, right? Hunu at 10. I got Ola Kamara at 9, pen merchant. Damir Kreilach at 8, because I don't know if he's a striker or not. I just don't.
He plays literally all over the field.
Literally,
totally up in the air.
I agree. If he was a pure striker and wasn't playing center mid half the time, I would put him higher.
I just think that's even a testament to the fact that he plays center mid half the time, and he still puts up the numbers.
I'll put him as a top 5 cam then. But if we're gonna say that he's a striker, he's not a top 5 striker.
He put up crazy numbers last season, playing all over.
You know what we should do? We should go ahead and while we do this, Damir Kreilach, history, detailed positions.
He plays all up and down the spine, like CDM, CM, cam, striker. Wouldn't surprise me if he played center back at some point.
He scored 8 goals at striker, which is great. And he scored 8 goals at center attacking mid. So literally half his goals came from both areas. So I'm gonna leave him at 8 because if you compare him to the other players in this list, just as when he was a striker, 8 goals puts him right around the number 8 mark. And if you take away Ola Kamara's penalties, that's right about where he belongs.
Okay.
Joseph at 7, Brian White at 6, and I'll explain why. CJ Sapong at 5, because I think he's going to have more support this year, and I think he's going to be given more chances to be successful. Chicharito at 4, Rui Diaz at 3, Gustavo Bo at 2, and Tati Castellanos at 1. But again, if there was all that swapped out, everybody moves up 1, and I'll put Aranjo at 10. I think so here's the deal.
Okay.
You are putting him in there with a new coach, basically an entire new we talked about all in the last episode. We talked about their offseason, how they made all these great changes. It's going to take time for them to get together and gel, right? It's going to take time for them to figure it out. So he's going to have time where he's not scoring, and that's going to hurt his confidence. And scoring is all about confidence. Ask Josh Sargent. Man scored a back heel to break his 2-year goal scoring drought. And now he's about to go off and score 15 in the Prem in the last 7 weeks.
I think you're putting too much emphasis on thinking that Aranjo is going to have like a slow start to the season. I mean, he came into the league. A bunch of
stuff like that too.
He came into the league into an LAFC situation that was completely falling apart at that point, and it took him no time to get started.
Look at Bob Bradley's track record with good strikers, though, or good attacking players. He knows how to make them work. Steve Cherundolo's a center back, dude. He may not be able to do it.
He may not need to. I just think Aranjo is good enough. All right, I will be
willing
to move him down.
I will end it on this. 2018 Jesse Marsh Red Bull were good enough to do everything. And then Chris Armas happened, and we barely got across. Coaches matter. Period. Thank you.
I think there's enough talent on this field that I think Aranjo can succeed very well. I mean, I'm looking at his stuff right now. In terms of players who played 15 or more games in the season, there was only one player in the entire league who had a higher rating than Aranjo, and that was Heel on Who Scored. He was just so good when he came in, and he had a shortened season, which is the only reason why his numbers aren't at the top of the league. I mean, he was as good as Chicharito was before Chicharito got hurt. He played 15 games, made 2 sub appearances, and had 14 goals and 2 assists. He had a goal per every 100 minutes.
Listen, I'm not saying he didn't play well, but coaches matter.
I feel like you're putting too much into this, like, oh, I already expect Cherundolo to fail. We don't know. He could be good.
Do. You don't hit on good coaches back to back. Red Bull proved it. Nobody else is allowed to do it. It wouldn't be fair.
I am willing, because I'm definitely probably too high on him. I am willing to drop him to 3rd, and I will move Bo and Ruidiaz up. Is that more reasonable in your mind?
That's fine. The other thing I'd like to note, he's got a 22% goal conversion rate, which is lower than Chicharito, Brian White, Josef Martinez, Ola Kamara at penalties, equal to Mark Krylak, and 1 above CJ Sapong. So really,
but he's also above Tati Castellanos, Gustavo Bo, Raul Ruidiaz.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if we are looking at just goal conversion rates based off of what they're about to do, he will be on par with CJ Sapong's 11 goals.
That's not
average. I'm just saying. If we go with the numbers, just saying. But you got anything else? You want to yell about anything else?
Let me see if I had my honorable mentions. I had Brenner in there. I think Brenner could have a better season this year.
Sneaky.
Kasper Shabilko and Felipe Mora on honorable mentions.
I'm interested to see what Kasper does in Chicago for sure. But okay.
Oh, and I also obviously had the GOAT, Giassi Zardes.
Oh yeah, of course you can.
He'd be number 0 if I could make it.
He is a 0, that's for sure.